Good day. We will be discussing renewable energy in the Philippines entitled Power Shift: Navigating the Renewable Landscape. We will be talking about the renewable energy in the Philippines in different perspectives such as social, economic, and environmental. In social dimension, we will discuss about the public acceptance, understanding community views on the impact of renewable infrastructure, workforce transition, where transitioning employment from fossil fuels to renewables including trainings, cultura, behavioral change, encouraging sustainable consumer behavior in energy use, energy security, addressing how renewables enhance national and global energy security. For the economic perspective, we have investment and financing, where analyzing financial support for renewables. Market dynamics, that is the impact of renewables on energy prices and traditional industries. Innovation and technology development, the effects of renewable energy research. Job creation, where we will discuss about the job growth in the renewable sector. And lastly, under economic, we have the infrastructure cost, where this is the investments needed for renewables versus traditional energy. The third will be the environmental dimension, economic impact. These are the effects of renewable projects on wildlife and the ecosystem resource management, wherein we will discuss the sustainable management resources in renewable energy production, carbon footprint, comparing emission from renewable fossil fuels, pollution reduction, broader environmental benefits of the renewables, and the climate change mitigation, the role of renewables in addressing climate change. There is a high level of awareness about renewable energy, RE, in the Philippines. Almost 90% support the expansion of the RE in the country, and about 81% are willing to install RE on their property if it is affordable. In this representation, it shows the participants' support for different renewable energies and fossil fuels, where public awareness is with 90%. Graph B shows the willingness to install renewable energy, where 27% somewhat agree and 53.8% agrees, which is 81%. With the increasing population of the Philippines and the threat of an energy crisis with the Malampaya plant estimated to run dry by 2027, the government is shifting to renewable energy. In the Department of Energy, DOE, Plan Development Index 2020 to 2040, their target is to increase the renewable energy share in the power generation mix to 30% by 2030 and by 50% by 2040, expanding hydropower, increasing wind power, and adding additional biomass power in the country. We can say that the responsible sector for this will be the Department of Energy, LGU, and the public. Amendments to the Implementing Rules and Regulations of the Renewable Energy Act of 2008, now called Republic Act No. 9513, it allows the full foreign ownership of renewable energy projects in the country, which include the exploration, development, and utilization of solar, wind, hydro, and ocean or tidal energy resources. It will create more jobs like engineers, scientists, trade or technicians, and community engagement. And to those who are working in traditional fossil fuel jobs, retraining and reskilling would give them the knowledge about shifting to RE jobs. In terms of energy security, renewable energy integration will be the commitment in using solar, wind, hydro energy. Foreign investment is opening up to international ownership to boost the renewable energy. There is an economic impact where renewable energy is anticipated to bring social, environmental, and economic benefits. We can say that the responsible sector for this will be the government and the industry sector. What will be the impact of advancing renewable energy in the Philippine economics? Research studies presented an overview of how Filipino companies are making innovative strides in renewable energy. A case in point is Solar Philippines, which has shown considerable growth and elevated financial stature, positioning it as a global competitor. ASEAN, with its significant worth, expansive endeavors within and beyond the Philippines, vows to embrace a more sustainable approach. Taking an unprecedented leap, CREC has established the country's first renewable energy trust, a novel method to secure funding. FirstGen, the owner of the nation's largest renewable energy firm, is exploring fresh strategies to expand while maintaining ecological integrity. Though Aboitiz Power encounters some hurdles, it maps out a shift towards an increased usage of solar energy. The government supports this transformation by administering a campaign that incentivizes the use of more renewable energy. The analysis emphasizes the pressing need for corporations to invest heavily in renewables to maintain relevance and appeal, particularly when the public sentiment is tilting away from those adhering to traditional energy sources. In terms of market dynamics, transitioning towards greener power sources in the Philippines, as evidenced by a study conducted in Texas, provides significant insights, particularly in relation to how renewable energy affects the marketplace. The act of orchestrating renewable energy alongside conventional electricity is complex but indicative of the changing energy landscapes. An understanding of the expenses involved in fluctuating traditional generators, as highlighted in the study, necessitates a modification to our strategies. It may be that to effectively reduce carbon emissions, additional assistance or taxation is required and the cost may exceed initial predictions. Policy disparities, such as a large discrepancy between carbon taxes and incentives for renewables, compel us to reassess our approach towards combating climate change. Leaders must grapple with these intricacies for a robust and adaptable shift to greener energy, underscoring the necessity for a comprehensive and appropriate strategy for the Philippines, taking into account the evolving dynamics in the renewable energy sector. Responsible sectors. DOE, National Renewable Energy Regulatory Commission, DNR, Climate Change Commission and WWF Philippines. In the realm of the Philippines' energy industry, the government takes the lead in innovative renewable energy pursuits. Actively embracing and utilizing high-tech energy storage mechanisms like lithium-ion batteries and smart grids, they strive to enhance the power grid while incorporating more renewable energy sources. Creative endeavors like floating solar panels and offshore wind farms receive their backing, finding solutions to spatial constraints while increasing renewable energy production. Government also focused to microgrids, as they work diligently to bring electricity to rural communities, supporting community-owned initiatives that enliven local economies. Fostering community solidarity, they employ transparent dialogues and attractive incentives. Additionally, the government pours resources into the cultivation of a diversified workforce, employing instructional programs and collaborations to fulfill the mounting demand for renewable energy experts. In terms of job creation, renewable energy presents a dynamic catalyst for job creation in the Philippines, surpassing traditional energy sectors in generating employment per unit of energy produced. This formidable impact stems from expanded supply chains, amplified labor, and increased profit margins. Opportunities abound in manufacturing equipment, distribution strategies, chemical production, and service provisioning. This aids women and young agriculturalists by generating employment in biomass material collection. Renewable energy not only fosters job growth but also enhances workplace safety and fuels economic expansions. In the Philippines, wherein renewable energy is at the forefront, the findings align with their economic growth ambitions. In Namibia, where access to electricity is limited for many, localized renewable energy production creates positions, aligning with their economic aspirations. Prosperity awaits in the manufacture of solar energy equipment and the execution of large-scale solar projects. Collaborative strategies, educational initiatives, labor force inclusivity, and financial mechanisms like the Solar Revolving Fund are instrumental in spearheading renewable energy initiatives and generating employment in the Philippines. Acknowledging and embracing the positives of renewable energy facilitates a job-rich and secure future for the Philippines. We can say that the responsible sectors for this will be DOE, National Renewable Energy Board, Energy Regulatory Commission, DNR, Climate Change Commission and WWF Philippines. And for the infrastructure cost, as the world's demand for power intensifies, the environmental toll of conventional energy sources underscores the importance of shifting towards renewable energy. Green energy, derived from solar, wind, geothermal, biomass, and hydroelectric sources, stands out as a fundamental solution to sustainably satisfy power needs. With the renewable energy sector, estimated to be worth $768.9 billion in 2021, indicating a surge of interest in cleaner alternatives. As global green energy infrastructure investments swell, achieving $303.5 billion in 2021 and projected to enhance up to $880 billion annually by 2030, it typifies a game-changing adjustment. For the Philippines, tuning into this global progression carries huge promise. Adopting green energy not only brings about job opportunities and invigorates the economy, but it lessens reliance on foreign energy, increasing security. Yet obstacles such as initial expenses, energy storing, and building infrastructures ought to be tackled. The Philippines, through nurturing policies and strategic funding, can make use of its commitment to green energy, contributing simultaneously to a greener future and sturdy economic development. For the environmental concern, ecosystem impacts the production of renewable energy, RE, can cause competition for land and water, resulting in an impact on biodiversity conservation. This is also related to deforestation, where land or forest needs to be cleared to build dams and reservoirs. In terms of nature conservation, this could lead to a loss of biodiversity habitat destruction, and a loss of terrestrial and aquatic habitats, which increases pressure on wildlife populations that are dependent on these habitats. In resource management, the Philippines produces sufficient amounts of renewable agricultural wastes, such as rice hull, rice straw, coconut husk, coconut shell, coconut fronds, cane bagasse, and cane trash. Specifically, sugarcane yields the highest biomass per hectare, while agricultural wastes from coconut yield a higher electrical generation rate per kilogram than that of rice or sugarcane. Life cycle assessments, LCA, for electricity generation indicate that GHG emissions from RE technologies are, in general, significantly lower than those associated with fossil fuel options, and in a range of conditions, less than fossil fuels employing carbon and capture storage, CCS. The median values for all RE range from 4 to 46 g CO2 EQ/kWh, while those for fossil fuels range from 469 to 1001 g CO2 EQ/kWh, excluding land use change emissions. We can say that the responsible sector for this would be DOE and the R&D sector. Renewable energy in terms of pollution reduction. Clean energy technologies improve human health by reducing air pollution and water and soil contamination. The deployment of renewable energies has significantly contributed to the decrease of polluting gas emissions. Also, research and development fully moderate this relationship. Renewable energy consumption and air pollution have a statistically significantly inverse relationship, which indicates that increased renewable energy consumption contributes effectively to improving air quality. For climate change mitigation. Renewable energy sources could decarbonize 90% of the electricity industry by 2050, drastically reducing carbon emissions and contributing to climate change mitigation. By establishing the zero carbon emission decarbonization concept, the future of renewable energy is promising, with the potential to replace fossil fuel-derived energy and limit global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius by 2050. Responsible sector. DNR, DOE, LGU, and R&D sector. Here are our group recommendations and conclusion in terms of the renewable energy in Philippines. Policy recommendation. Development of incentives such as tax credits and subsidies for renewable energy projects. Implementing regulations to phase out fossil fuels and promote renewable energy adoption. Responsible sector, government, for policy formulation and implementation, international bodies, for global policy frameworks. Corporate responsibility. Businesses should increase their investment in renewable energy sources and reduce carbon footprints. Corporate policies should align with global climate goals, emphasizing sustainable practices. Responsible sectors, industry, for adopting sustainable practices, government, for providing regulatory frameworks and incentives. In terms of community initiatives, community projects should focus on local renewable energy generation and distribution, leveraging local resources and skills. Encourage community ownership or participation in renewable energy projects to increase local engagement and investment. Responsible sector for this will be the non-government organizations, for community mobilization and support, general public, for participation and support, local governments, for policy support and funding. Education and awareness. Develop and implement educational programs at various levels to increase knowledge about renewable energy benefits and technologies. Public awareness campaigns to encourage a shift towards renewable energy usage and support for policy changes. Responsible sectors, government, for policy and curriculum development, educational institutions, for program delivery, non-government organizations, for awareness campaigns. Technological advancements. Invest in research and development for new and improved renewable energy technologies. Foster industry-academia collaboration for innovation in renewable energy technologies. Responsible sectors, R&D sector, for innovation and research, industry, for technology development and application, government, for funding and support. International collaboration. Foster global partnerships for sharing knowledge, technologies, and resources in renewable energy. Coordinate international policies and initiatives to address climate change and promote renewable energy globally. Responsible sectors, international bodies, for facilitating collaboration, government, for policy alignment and cooperation, R&D sector, for collaborative research. Grid modernization. Invest in grid infrastructure to integrate and manage renewable energy sources efficiently. Develop smart grid technologies to enhance grid resilience and adaptability to renewable energy. Responsible sectors, government, for policy and infrastructure investment, industry, for technology development and implementation. Thank you for watching our video. We hope that you were able to learn something about it.